My name is Luke. How do I look? Not the face, not the shoes, not the carefully rehearsed serious look I stitch across my face like a bandage over quiet battles. Take a look at my life. What is there to write home about? Nothing actually, but there is something. In fact, some things, many things to drive home and abroad. But I never knew because I was busy looking outward while my inward was writing volumes. You see, Luke in the scriptures was not a Jew, not originally part of the inner circle, not born into the covenant first conversation, yet he wrote two of the most detailed accounts of Jesus. A non-Jew writing history that shaped eternity. He watched closely, he listened deeply, he documented faithfully, because sometimes greatness does not begin with position, but with attention. Luke never knew that people reverenced him in conversation he never attended. Be like Luke. Ask Luke. Luke handled it with excellence. Luke carries grace without noise. And I, Luke, never knew. Because sometimes you're growing when you think you're merely surviving. Sometimes your quiet consistency is someone else's loud inspiration. Sometimes your inner growth is louder than your public noise. Because Luke, the physician, did not heal crowds, but he healed history with his pen. Luke, the outsider, became an insider through observation, discipline, and devotion. Luke the unnoticed became unforgettable. And so take a look at Luke, not the face but the formation, not the appearance but the alignment, not the applause but the authenticity, because the real question is not how do I look, but how do I live? How do I grow when no one is clapping? How do I develop when no one is watching? How do I become when no one is noticing? Because Luke never knew that grace had charisma, that humility had excellence, that consistency had influence. Luke never knew until Luke took a look. You never would know until you take a look. Take a look again. Not for likes or comments, but for growth and growth alone. You might not see spotlight, but you will see substance. You might not see spectacle, but you will see significance. And maybe, just maybe, if you take a look at Luke, you might finally take a look at you.